Hey everyone, okay, so today I'm going to be reviewing two brand new products and giving you my thoughts. Both are really good products. One is exceptionally good, the other is really good with a small kind of caveat. But let's make a start. So apparently this concealer is the Spanx concealer for your eyes. I know, I don't know what that means, but it's forcing me to believe it. It is the Magic Away Concealer, and this is by Charlotte Tilbury, and it is her new concealer. Now it is the most full coverage concealer of her range, because there's two others, one for under the eyes, the Retoucher, which is for everywhere, and now this product, which can be used on your entire face, under the eyes, depending on the colour you pick. Now it comes in a clickable pen format, and you click it and the product will rise into the sponge tip applicator. Now according to the blurb, it is the Spanx for under your eyes. Now what they really mean is that it has a stretch technology. And I thought that was probably absolute nonsense. But it's probably pretty accurate, because it does feel, you can almost, that door is so scary, it does feel like a bit of a stretch underneath the eyes. So I'm going to apply it and show you. Now you can apply it with your fingers, a brush, whatever you want, but people are going to be asking whether or not it creases and all that kind of stuff. All concealers will crease, but what is kind of good about this is that it really is, even though it's suitable for everyone, it's more akin to mature skin. It favors that very, very nicely. So the product will rise from the applicator and then you can apply it. So I'm going to apply it. Oh, the mirror is so far away. I'm just going to do the kind of eye area, and I picked shade 5, which I don't quite know if that's going to work, but it doesn't matter, And I'm going to apply this all over this section here and then blend it down. When I talk about this stretch technology, you can actually feel it. It feels like it's giving way, if that makes sense. It just feels like there's some give to the product. It doesn't feel dry. It doesn't feel like it's cakey or anything like that, which is really good, which again, I think is why it was sort of made in conjunction with understanding that people are going to get older and they do need something that's going to look, really beautiful underneath the eyes. Because there's quite a bit on this concealer, so let's just use what's here rather than waste it. But it's just really, really forgiving around the eye area when you're not 12 years old, which I know I look it, but I'm not. I'm really not. I'm not 12. It's just good genes and a really good diet. I think not, but there you go. It just blends really, really well, and you really can feel that kind of, I don't know how to explain it. It just feels like when you're smiling and moving your eyes, it's not going to go everywhere, which is really, really cool. So bear in mind that, as I mentioned, the mirror is a long way away, so I can't really see what I'm doing, but we're gonna hope for the best. It's a great concealer, and it is certainly the best, without a doubt, of the ones that's come and gone before. So here's the next product, and this is the Magic Powder, Charlotte's Genius Magic Powder. Okay, now this is specifically for under eye and face. This can be used for baking. So this shade here is called Fair Medium, and it's shade number 2. So let me kind of get in close and you can almost see it. So let's talk about the pros first. It's about time we had a loose powder. I love loose powders, so this is a beautiful thing. You can apply it with a brush, a sponge, you can bake with it however you want. It is a light reflecting powder, but it is mattifying. So it doesn't leave a flat finish to the skin. There is some form of shine, but it's not really, really horrific. It's not as nowhere near as light reflecting as the Hourglass one, but that really is a finishing powder, not a setting powder. This is a setting powder. So because people are going to ask about the whole baking thing, we're going to bake underneath the eyes with this, and then I'll put some powder everywhere else. So we're just going to do the whole baking thing, and then we'll knock it off. So I'm going to talk about the really good things, and then I'm going to talk about what is a little bit problematic. So we'll bake it under the ice, then we'll take a brush, my brush, because I tell you, it would be just rotten to use someone else's, you know? When you've got the best, why try anything else? That's what I say. Come closer, mirror. So what's good is that it isn't really mattifying, but it will set. It has a very slight light reflecting quality to it, which is great. Now I'm going to apply it to just on the brush, kind of just everywhere. I'm going to have to put something else on my face because otherwise you can just look a little bit kind of ghastly when it's just foundation on and concealer. I mean, that's just stunning. Well, I don't even know what I was going to say. Well, let's just try and warm up this complexion so that it's just not so, you know, pale with just nothing else on. So since we're using Charlotte Tilbury, you know what I mean? When in Rome, I don't know what that means, but you know. So we've added a bit of bronze. It's a good powder, but there's just one small thing, and that is that the light is changing in here, and I'm going to need to change the ISO. Honest to Betsy. I need a studio, but I'm not going to get one because I'm tight. Okay, the slightly negative is that it has a funny smell, and I don't know what smell it is. It's not a sweet smell like a perfumey smell, like a floral smell or anything like that. There's just a smell to it. I don't know what smell, but there is a smell to it. It doesn't smell amazing. It doesn't smell horrific. It just doesn't smell amazing. There is just a scent to it. I think it's a little bit earthy, but I don't know. It's certainly not going to stop me from buying it, but because I'm going to be buying these, this one and these two were PR samples. As soon as this is released, I'll be getting all the shades, and I'll be getting all the shades in the concealer myself. So it's certainly not going to stop me from buying it, but there's just a little bit of a whiff, and it's not offensive, but you don't go, chocolate. It's like, and that's just bizarre. But there you go. Who can say? Who can say? Still a good powder. As I mentioned before, you're not going to get the same light reflecting qualities as Hourglass or even as a Too Faced one. But this is a bit more mattifying, but it does give a really good finish to the skin, and it is quite forgiving for people with lines and large pores and all that kind of stuff. So it's a pretty good thing. I'm really pleased. I think the concealer is bloody marvellous. So there you go. There you go. All the links are in the description bar, and I'll see you all soon. Bye-bye. Hey everyone, okay, so it's the end of this video, and I just wanted to, this is in conjunction with this video. So I just wanted to kind of update quickly. I'm just trying to find it because I just copied and pasted it. So just so you know, because you know I am a man of my word. I bought the additional concealers. I bought the other powders as well. So I did buy all the additional stuff I mentioned in the video because I knew I would. Just to clarify, the powders, it states on their website that they are made with 99% unscented, natural, raw ingredients. So that can kind of gives you an indication that this isn't going to smell of vanilla or anything. It doesn't smell awful. It's not horrific, but there is a scent to it. So you do need to be aware of that. But I just thought I'd update you. Bought them. Bloody bought them. See you next time. Bye-bye.